Chill.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to VFX and Chill, the exciting live show where we break down movie visual effects and put them back together again. Here with me, as always, is my good buddy Seth. Seth, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I was just posting to Instagram that we're live, and I did it to the wrong account, so I'm having to fix that.
Oh no,
things are dangerous over here.
Goodness,
Speaking of danger,
I think that I was meaning to post something for people to try to come join us. Oh, I did. Look at that.
Oh, you just
almost like I'm a professional
rub it
or
in.
something.
Throw it in my face. Throw your success in my face once again.
I couldn't help but notice that this is the season 4 finale of VFX and Chill, and what a season! My goodness,
what a season!
I feel like we've had a lot of fun.
You know what, Hashi? I agree. We did have a lot of fun, and I thought I made a season finale drop last year, and I'm just now remembering it, or last season. Maybe I'll look for that over the course of the entire show.
My favorite is whenever we have to stall as we try to find things that we know that we must have made or set aside. But in the meantime, let's see. What could I'm going to try to share an image because today, as you can see from the title and our bespoke Mad Max intro, we are creating Mad Max war rigs. And this is slightly inspired by the many people who are on.
I keep thinking you're sharing an image. Oh, I see. I see. I thought you were sharing. Yeah,
I'm about to. This is it's holding over a still frame from earlier. But let me see if I can import this, and then maybe I can make a quick, exciting layout. Here we go. This is the worst layout of anything ever. But let's see. There we go. Tilde key. Hey, if you want to download the files that we're using today.
Great kerning on those backslash forward.
Thank you so much. Jeez Louise. Goodness. Almost a professional show. No, I'm not. Don't type tilde because I'm in there.
You made it so fancy.
Look at that. My war rig. So if you want a war rig, you can go download that. And you can make exciting shots like some of the promo material that you may have seen out there, which I don't have loaded up at the time. How am I doing, Seth?
Man, I think we're all doing great. So let's talk through what that thing is that you're sharing, right?
Yes, that's a good idea.
I just realized I forgot to do... Okay, here. I'm going to go back to the clips, but I'm going to turn you off. Yeah, it's me. Okay, hang on. If I turn off...
Goodness, so much going on.
This is working so well. Now, I'm going to import an image, a media source. Hold on.
Ooh.
You noticed something on the internet this week that was really, really fun.
I saw that on social media, people were posting images of exciting vehicles that they like from movies and saying, if I were in the Mad Max universe, this would be my war rig. And I tremendously enjoyed that. If you want to show my screen, I can...
Here, I've got what you sent.
Here we go. You've got that. That's great. So just scrolling through my feed was just all these people sharing, if I was in the Mad Max universe, this would be my war rig. And I loved a lot of these responses and answers.
They're so funny. And you saw this, we were like, why don't we just do this on the show?
I think the Vanessa Carlton one was the first one that I saw, which I thought, yes, I love it.
Absolutely.
So we want to bring all of these people's dreams to life and also allow you to bring your dreams to life with an exciting template, which I think I'm sharing now.
Well, before we talk about template, let's talk about why the template was made, right? So,
share what you got there.
You're like, the thing we discussed at the beginning of the show that we were going to do. Can we see my screen? Does that work? Okay, so
that's beautiful, Seth.
In doing some prep, I made a couple of them. And they look a little something like this. You've got the Lowly Worm Apple car, which is in our promo for this week. You got Thomas the Train. You've got the Wienermobile. And so the way that this was made is really simple. It's this piece of stock footage from Artlist. And
I thought you were going to be profane there for a second. This piece of stock footage.
this hot piece of stock footage from Artlist, I took and I did a little work here. So I painted out the guy.
Excellent. And painted out the guy. So now it looks like that's kind of cool, actually.
I did painted it out.
So by the end, you had painted away all of the stock footage.
Sort of. Not enough, though, in order to distribute. Because the idea was we wanted to be able to make... So what I've made here is a drag and drop template for me that I can just drag and drop any vehicle that I want, and it will automatically... I'm going to turn motion blur off just for purposes. Maybe go to quarter res.
Amazing.
So I can do this
obviously,
super fast.
If you're in the chat, please do grab the template or make suggestions to us about vehicles that we think should belong in this Mad Max lineup.
For sure.
Because we think that there should be some more color, like just exciting vehicles in the Mad Max universe. It's a little monochromatic.
I just lost control of my mouse. My mouse is not showing up, so I just got to wait for it for a second. My computer's been doing this lately.
Excellent. Rebooting the mouse.
For some reason.
That was a great documentary about the Disney Corporation, I think.
Here we go. Connected. Now I'm back.
The Mystery Machine says Frigby Chillweather. That's a great suggestion.
That's an absolutely great suggestion. So, I made this little template where I can drag and drop anything in here, and I'm going to be working with this today. But we like to share templates we make, or at least Hashi does, because he makes really great templates, and I just make dumpster fires that
I just want people
renders.
To get to be creative and do something dumb and
100%.
easy. And so it's got to be a little bit easy.
So the problem is this is built on stock footage. This is built on the shoulders of stock footage that we are not legally allowed to redistribute. So you were like, hey, what if I spent a whole lot of work making a template that is that has nothing copyrighted except for obvious. Basically, it isn't redistributing stock footage. That's the main thing. We couldn't redistribute stock footage. So what did you do?
So I decided to create this for us. So here is an exciting template that has that is not using stock footage. It's using this exciting little background render of just some.
You can go full screen right now, by the way, if you want. Just so you know, your whole screen's visible at this view. There you go.
Sweet. So here we go. We've got this little background card. This is actually, I think, except for one adjustment layer using Magic Bullet Looks, this is all just native After Effects filters to do a bunch of this stuff. So what we've got here is you've got, when you open up the template, you've got a background, and then you can notice right up here, you have this comp called War Rig comp, which is this one. And you have this one called Put Car in Here. And so, for example, if you had, as Seth was just demonstrating, like Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, just kind of line it up roughly with the wheels.
Is there a specific wheel you need to line it up with?
I think that I ended up going with,
the front wheel.
In theory, the front wheel is kind of a good one.
Yeah, everybody.
I left this car visible, but
we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah.
We'll talk about the physics of dust getting kicked up. But basically, if you drag whatever car you want into here and then come back into the War Rig, you'll have kind of your own comp that works pretty well with it. So obviously, there's this foreground smoke little layer, or this tire smoke layer, which you can see right here, and you could line it up with whatever. Right now, it's lined up with the front wheel, but we were in looking at videos and stuff like that, we realized that dust is kicked up by the back wheel. And let's see, I don't remember if you have your stock footage up still. I'm sure I could open it up.
Yeah,
too.
No, here it comes. So if you look at this, okay, full. There we go. The dust is kicking up from the back wheel, and
yeah,
the thing is,
front wheel's just doing nothing.
Front wheel's doing nothing, and how she can walk through the science of that. But the thing is, this looks right in the real world. But when you're trying to drop in fake vehicles into a scene, it ends up looking weird. I mean, I ended up doing it. I end up having I have the dust coming up from the back wheel. But that front wheel,
that's accurate.
I could probably crop the front wheel a little bit to make it feel like it's hitting the ground, but like you still want something foreground to help like, melt it into the shot, and it's weird to put dust on the background. So you couldn't control yourself. You just absolutely broke the laws of physics and put that dust on the front wheel. I have dust getting
kicked up from the front wheel. And its anchor point is automatically attached to your car and kind of coming from the front there. So you could scale it.
This is because Hashi likes it.
This is just some trap code particular stuff. And then I have all this foreground dust and smoke, which kind of looks like this. And this is all one of my favorite cocktails, which is basically you do a gradient ramp like this, and then you add fractal noise, which most people forget. You can set the blending mode to like overlay. And this is just some dynamic noise that has a little expression to move back over time. And then I think I added a ton of noise to it just to scatter it a bit and add grain to everything. So now that it puts some smoke in front of everything and this thing. So obviously you're all amazing comp artists, so you can tailor any of this to your liking. And in the meantime, we're going to try to blitz through creating a bunch of these so we can have a montage by the end of the show of war rig vehicles doing stuff. What do you say?
Me? I thought you were talking to the people.
No, I was kind of talking to the people, but also I forgot what screen I had the people on when I looked over to look at what the comments were saying.
Well, we've got you know what? Why don't I try and just...
Andrew Smith says, Hermione, it's Furiosa.
I know, I'm going to see if I can get the chat overlay working. Don't you dare reference the chat for just a split second. VFX
and Chris Vranos likes our intro. Thought that was awesome.
Thank you. It's a repeat from our first Furiosa episode.
Goodness gracious!
Oh,
and that's big, and because they're making a new Furiosa movie. Or they? Well, it's out, right? I have my finger on
they're not making it anymore. It was made.
It was made.
I'm seeing if I can get this plugin working. So if I click on our first Furiosa episode.
Oh, that was weird. I
heard my own voice too.
Oh no.
The chat overlay is not working. Oh, it was because I was turning on the YouTube thing. Oh well. I forgot how to do the...
Oh well, sorry. We usually have I did not mention that our lovely moderator, Michael Zalapsky, is not with us today. Michael actually has the week off, and so
he does.
And is doing some very, very fun stuff, I'm sure. I cannot tell. Are you still trying to get chat to work?
I am, and I probably shouldn't.
Well, if you want, I could blab about something else that I was making in the meantime.
Yeah, do that.
In case. All right. Let me open up this file. Let me see if I have it saved properly somewhere. Okay, here we go. So I was thinking that it's possible, like when I was going through to find some fun clips of like other vehicles or whatever that we might use in a scenario like this, we have that great template for doing the side view of things. But then I thought that there might be random cars or vehicles that we found that were at different angles, like if you had this amazing PNG of the Cybertruck built for the Mad Max universe and not for standard consumption. But like that's at an angle, and so you can't really do anything with that side template. And maybe you have a great image that you want to put in there. So I'm also going to share these, and darn it, I should have put them in the same QR code. I didn't already. I made this little doohickey, which is a 360 looping video, which is very exciting. This is one of the first times that I've played with this, and made this little desert drive-through video. And what's really fun about this is if you were to drag that, it's 6K, and I also do have a 2K version of it. But the 6K version is like that because I love one of our very own plugins called Horizon. And what Horizon does is it allows you to put, it'll automatically generate a gradient in the background that if I had a camera in here, if I look up and down, I'm actually looking on the inside. You can actually tell because I'm in 8-bit right now. I'm inside a sphere that is white at the bottom and black at the top like that. It allows you to
Ooh,
I can hear my echo.
What the heck is happening?
A gradient in the background that if I had a camera in here. That's all right. If I look up and down.
Why is it still happening?
I'm actually looking on the inside. That's confusing. I do not know.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm amazed that I could hear it at least, so that's kind of fun. I'm going to delete the camera and add a camera back. But one of the cool things that Horizon does, let me make this all a little bit clearer. So I have my 6K video, and I can just turn it off, add a solid that's basically just HD or whatever the comp is, and add Horizon to it. And then from Horizon, I can say image map, use that 6K loop. And now that I've done that, you can see that you're seeing this little abbreviated version of the scene from this view. I can turn my truck back on, and if I turn a camera on, I can now look all around this 360 map to match an angle that the car should be driving, like here. So now you have a template that could do infinite angles with this truck or whatever. And one of the fun things about Horizon is that automatically it's giving you 360-degree coverage, so I can look all around my little generated map. I can look up into the sky, I can find the sun up there, and all of that. But this is kind of tight, like it's a very tight crop on the full image. So if you want, you can tell Horizon that for the horizontal coverage, I don't need it to actually go all the way 360 around the camera. I only need it to be covering 200 degrees of a panorama. And that kind of effectively scales it. Same as I don't need it to go all the way up and down. I can scale down the amount of coverage it has on the X or Y axis. So if I turn my camera like this, you can see that it's basically this big curved cyc that it's projecting this onto. And because of that, I can kind of scale this piece of footage using the horizontal and vertical coverage to get kind of different camera angles out of this one piece of 360 footage. So look at that. I should zip those up and put them into the thing. Actually, I wonder if it would work. Would it work if I just added them to that zip file? It should. It could. It might.
Can you add them to? Wait, you can add things to a zip file?
Yes. So I'm going to quickly see if I. All right.
Wait, that's a thing?
That's the thing. So elements. Wait, no. Where is it? The thing that we're sharing is this war rig template. One of you out there in the internet land can let me know if I were to add our 6K loop and our 2K loop. Let's see. Are these the right?
You get 8K.
If I add them to there, it'll compress and add them to this. I think that's still the same file path now. So, what are we doing? Did I save over here in the Warwick template? I got rid of my my PNG and my link to it. I'll see if I can paste it in the chat. I don't know if as a non. Oh, maybe I can paste it as Red Giant.
Paste it as yourself. Oh, you can't as yourself? I see.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that it is bit.ly/ my or rig.
John Birmingham says they showed up. HTTP. So I don't know if that means they showed up in the zip file or not, but I think that's what he's talking about. Also, I got the chat overlay working.
Oh, you did? Look at that.
Boom.
Okay, I think
bit.ly/mywarrig with W and R capitalized.
Heck yeah. I feel like, yeah, you can just leave that there in the corner for a little bit. Look at that. Maxon Red Giant said you can go right there and grab these files, including those 360 things. So now that we've done that, I feel like, is there anything else we really need to explain about how these work? Trapcode Horizon is how I have this 360.
Hey, wait, I don't see the 360 working. Files in the link you just sent.
Oh no?
Well, I don't, but doesn't mean it's not real.
What if you go to that and then save that zip file to your
Well, it's not a zip file. Computer. It just opens up as a folder.
Oh, it opens up as the Dropbox folder?
Yeah.
Well, that's silly.
Yep. Under AE project. It's going straight to a folder that is in our VFX Dropbox.
What I think it is doing is
the loops are there. There they are. Hi, I'm Seth Worley, and I'm a stupid idiot.
We did it, everybody. So yeah, you can have what we have, and then start doing the same dumb stuff that we're doing. If you happen to not have Horizon, which is part of the Trapcode suite, which means it comes with Maxon 1, and it's super, super helpful for this kind of a thing. But if you want to do it in a slightly slower fashion, you could technically, I guess, grab the 2K loop, maybe. And first of all, you could just, scale it and place it somewhere, and it'll kind of, just look like a fisheye piece of footage. And then you could have that angle, you could have a side angle, whatever. These are loops, so you can go into the interpret footage main and then to say loop 10 times or whatever. But honestly, no one wants to see it loop that many times.
No one wants to see it loop that many times.
But all the geography makes it not feel like a loop, I think. Or not feel too much like a loop. But you can take this big file and kind of place it like this. Or you can also add the effect, I think it's under perspective, CC sphere. And that puts it on this cool little globe in the background. I'm going to hide the Cybertruck for a second.
CC ball. Sphere action.
CC ball. And under CC sphere, you could go to the shading and say 100% ambient light, 0% diffuse and specular and stuff, and just sort of get this. And then under the render settings, instead of the full sphere, generate just the inside. So now what you've got is this is the inside of a sphere. And if you adjust the radius to be bigger, now you're inside the CC sphere. And if you go, it won't react to the camera. So that's nuts. A big drawback here. But if you go to the rotation, you could go and rotate this in Y to Y or X or whatever. So you could go to the angle that you want. So you could be driving away from that distant area, or you could turn it around to be a perspective driving forward. Isn't that crazy?
That really is.
You could also import this image into like Redshift as the environment light. And then you could put your vehicle in. Goodness, I kind of want to try that now. Think about that. Goodness, I'm going on a tangent. We need a Hashi tangent button. But we're half an hour into the show. I think, Seth, that you should start cranking out some memes, either using your template, the Warwick template.
Let's go split screen from here on out. I'm gonna start trying to create some. So, everybody, if you can give us some suggestions in the chat for war rigs, random, like the whole idea of it is, if I were in Mad Max, this would be my war rig. That's the meme that we are having fun with today. We've got suggestions from Mr. Frigbo Chillwoother, who has said Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
The Mystery Machine.
So maybe I'll do with that.
All right, track it down. Nick Smith has suggested the Pee Wee bike, which we are ahead of you.
we rewatched this week. It's so good.
Goodness gracious, so great. Also, Corbin Dallas Taxi. There are. That's from Tyler Adams. It looks like there are two hearts after Corbin Dallas Taxi, but to me it looks almost like a review where it's 1 out of 2 hearts.
It does look like a review. Like it only got half of 2 hearts. Yeah, 1 out of 2 hearts. I like the idea of a reviewer doing based on only 2. Like you get to find out if I liked it, thought it was okay, or hated it.
Excellent. The A-Team van, the Ghostbusters car, we do have access to a lot of these, which is fun from our random intros. I see Mr. Bean car written there, and I'm curious if you mean the same thing that I happened to pull the other day, which is this. Oops, very small.
This black screen. Oh yeah, probably that.
Probably this. There we go. Okay, how about let's get some instant gratification out of this. All right, Mr. Bean Couch was in the suggestions. I'm going to make a little pre-comp. Let's find
I wanted to do this week. We talked about the one of my favorite Monty Python sketches where they steal the radio newscaster and roll him down the street and throw him in the river.
Oh my gosh, John Cleese.
And it was such a wide shot with such low quality that it was just pixels. So I couldn't really do anything with it. And I don't feel like AI up-resing anything today.
No. Yeah, what are we? A James Cameron True Lies 4K release?
Good Lord.
Deep 4K AI up-res cut. Boo-boo.
Unbelievable. Just like, ugh. That True Lies, and someone was telling me about the Aliens 4K Blu-ray was he denoised the whole thing.
You can't just denoise.
You can't denoise
everything.
Aliens.
Goodness gracious.
That's the cutscene from Rush Hour. It's never touch a black man's radio and never denoise James Cameron's Aliens. It was a weird line that made no sense in the
Aliens.
Scene.
Ridiculous. All right. Well, I don't know why I'm grabbing this shot, but I like that it's a little bit dynamic. And I feel like a little bit of variety in here will be kind of fun. So I'm going to try doing something with this. So let's open this layer. It's stretched out weird, so I'm going to try to just guess on correcting that. But let's go to our Rotobrush. And I really am so in love with Rotobrush. What version is this? 3.0?
The closest we have to a Rotobrush drop. We need to make one that's just us in love.
We really do. Got that.
Closest we have is this.
All right. I'm starting to cut out this shape reasonably, I think.
I am doing. I only have After Effects shared on my screen, but I'm right now in Photoshop cutting some things out. So forgive me.
Nice. I like it. Like the podcast style compositing.
Compod.
All right.
No.
The Compodcast. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I am aware that this Rotobrush is not going to be able to get fine details like the stick of this mop right here. But I trust that it's going to do a lot of the rest pretty well. So I'm going to start framing through a couple of frames just to see what it's grabbing onto. And it looks like it's grabbing onto it pretty well. Things like the side mirror and small details like that are going to get left out in a scenario like this. But I'm going to try to guess. I'm just going to say freeze and see if it does it. Freeze. It's getting a little bit of extra background noise there, but not too bad. This is me just guessing that it's going to go okay. And it kind of is. It's kind of doing okay. There we go. Why not? So that leaves me with this piece right here. So it's a little roto-brushy, but here's what I'm going to do. I have the piece of footage here. I'm going to duplicate it and delete the roto-brush because I really should have just left a baseline copy down here. And I'm going to use this as a reference by just turning its opacity down so I can kind of see what I've rotoed out. And then I can create a copy of that to put up top, crank up the opacity on this, and then I'm going to add a nice square mask right here that gets the little mop handle. And once I've added that, I'm going to see if I went to the mask right here and said track mask, and I select position, scale, and rotation.
Sometimes I look at your screen and take stock of what's happening, and it's great.
It's learning happening right here. And since this is a nice geometric shape, I'm going to see if the mask tracker tries to track it well. Not well. Well, we tried. I'm going to undo that. Let me try framing through the tracker option here to see if framing through tracks better. And so far,
I've got your mystery machine.
Excellent. Look at that. Seth's already done with one. All right.
Give me more.
What I'm doing now is, give us more. Corbin Dallas multipass.
What is that? Corbin Dallas? What is that?
That's the Fifth Element taxi.
That's right.
I also, in the Elements folder, I do have a Luke's land speeder one, which I think I could imagine looking good in this scenario.
That would just look like, okay, is that 3D or is it just
just a 2D image, I think, in Elements somewhere. So what I'm doing right now is I'm clicking individual frames on the tracker, on the mask tracker, because if I'm doing it frame by frame instead of playing, it's analyzing every frame. So it's looking for what looks the most similar in the very next frame instead of getting ahead of itself and losing the shape. I think if it works with the same technology as the point tracker.
Forrest Gump running. I'm sorry. You just.
Oh yes,
that's what I'm doing now.
Please.
Thank you, Galactic Thriller. All right.
And also, as you finish any war rig renders of your own on your computer, you don't even have to give away your great idea for what you're going to do. Just post it, but please do add a VFX and Chill hashtag. Does that work best? Or at what should we do?
Hashtag. You can go on Instagram, share it with at VFX and Chill. If you're on Twitter, just do the hashtag VFX and Chill, and we'll find it.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to add a little matte choker in between these things.
Oh, sorry, you keep teaching, and we'll talk about random stuff.
No, this is very roto-brushy, whatever.
That's feeling good.
Go with it.
To me, I looked up and was like, oh, he has a 3D model of that? Incredible. I was going to ask if you've watched this 4-hour Star Wars Hotel essay.
I have absolutely watched the 4-hour Star Wars Hotel
I watched
video.
I've got about 45 minutes in, and I keep forgetting about it, and then I get excited that I have more of it to go. And I've never heard of Jenny Nicholson. I've never watched any of her content before.
Same here.
I didn't even care too much about the hotel, but
this is great. I absolutely loved it. Like literally, as in my former life, as you all know, I was a dope travel influencer. Who literally did do a campaign with Disney for their Star Wars features in their theme park, but right before they'd built Galaxy's Edge, and so it was a whole bunch of other stuff, all the other stuff that's in Florida that preceded all of this. But but Jenny, right?
Yes, Jenny Nicholson.
Jenny Nicholson makes some astonishingly great points. It is a well worth it 4-hour deep dive.
I'm 45 minutes in, and I'm like, it feels so already like a comprehensive, and I'm like, how is there more to this?
I mean, it's surprising. What I think it does is it does a very good job of revealing layer by layer all of the many things that went they're always well-meaning at the beginning, but undercut by a corporate mentality, and all of those things just get silly. Like one of the very best points, which I think is in the first 45 minutes, is how influencers have to talk about.
Yes, how you can't say Star Wars things. Hotel, you have to say Star Wars Galactic Invader Star Cruise time, or whatever.
Yes, instead of from working with Disney, and I had a great time working with them, but they do have a pretty specific way they want you to refer to stuff by the right names, apparently. But saying that I was at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Star Wars, Star Tours, Intergalactic Cruiser, Escape, like whatever, it feels really difficult to say organically.
Yeah.
Instead of I went to Star Tours, the Florida one.
Well, I get that way with Lego. I catch myself I say Legos. That's just what I say. It's colloquially easier. Like, hey, so sue me. I say Legos. But you're supposed to say Lego bricks. Lego is a
Lego bricks.
Yeah, Lego's not a plural noun.
That's difficult.
Yeah, I don't love it. I get it and I respect it, but I don't say it. So sue me. I'm a regular guy.
Amazing.
From the Bronx. I don't know what accent this is.
Oh my God! I brought him in so small.
I love it because you made that sphere. You can do any angle you want now.
Any angle. So now I'm going to try animating the camera a little bit. Let's see. Transform. Okay, here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I can make it look. Okay, it drives that way a little bit. So maybe I guess the camera will go this direction a bit.
Camera go this direction.
And then it turns that way.
Oh, why is it subtitled?
Oh gosh, I've got to go backwards. What's subtitle?
I found the best shot, and it's got freaking subs over it. Freaking subs.
Goodness gracious. All right.
What happens when you try to do this during a live show?
I just guessed some camera angles right here. I'm going to quickly put some soft keyframes on there and just press play and see what I get. This is so dumb. Okay. What if I were to make Mr. Bean bigger in frame? And
that's the question we always ask.
Can we make him bigger in frame? Rowan, what do you think? Yes.
Oh, come on, wait. It's got the kid version of the running scene.
Okay, position it there. And then here. Wait, is that going to look weird? No, that looks weird. All right. Not fantastic, but it's something. Let's see. I guess. Okay, that's kind of fun. Whatever. Obviously, I would love better roto in here, but I am going to, on Mr. Bean, I'm going to drop VFX shadow, which is great because I can just say I want a little shadow ground plane down here, like this, and you can have the shadow cast any direction like that using this alpha. I'm going to have it just cast kind of, what is the sun doing? I tried to make the sun slightly not studious for direction with the shadows and stuff like that, so you can kind of do whatever you want here. In this case, I'm going to put my shadow blend mode, I'm going to put it behind the car. I'm going to sample one of these like darker brown shadow colors like that. And then I'll likely need to keyframe the axis start and slant buttons, which, why aren't they showing here? Did I turn off my guides? What did I do? Control What is the, isn't it Control Shift H or Command Shift H? Okay, I see them. I just don't see my.
For what?
I just don't see it drawing. To draw the. I'm just not seeing the T from VFX Shadow right now.
Oh, I don't know.
Weird. Oh, is it my?
Do you have the effects selected?
There we go. If I turn it full on, I guess it was not doing it in half res for whatever reason. So I've added some keyframes there. So I've just got to kind of slide through and move the shadow to stay kind of aligned with the car. I can keyframe the shadow to kind of weave back and forth as the angle of the camera moves too, which is kind of fun. So line that up. I'm going to press Control and turn these all into soft keyframes. I love this plugin. I love it almost as much as Drop Shadow.
That's the drop we need. I love this plugin.
I love this plugin. Okay. I've got to make some choices though here about what I want the shadow to be respecting. Okay, we'll try there. And then one of the fun things about VFX Shadow is that it's very, very flat right now, obviously, right? Because I'm just making a little 2D cast shadow here. But I can say displacement map, please use, I should rename it real quick to Horizon. Horizon. Did I spell that right? I might not have. But if I go back to Shadow for the displacement, I can say use Horizon's effects as a displacement map. And now I can do this, watch. Horizontal displacement map. It's getting distorted by the literal ground plane right here. Look at that. Shadows go right over all these little bumps now. And right now it's perfectly sharp, but I can soften it out to get distorted a little bit like that over there. I'll turn down the amount of displacement to kind of small like that. I can smooth out the shadow a little bit. I can also add contour detail to like really cling to all these little crags and stuff like that. And so now you can't super tell, but it really is clinging to all of the ground plane behind there, which is fun.
Nice.
Could stretch that out and do something like this where you can see a really obvious I don't know what quality I would call this, but it's something. It's a
high quality.
It's a type of compositing vibe. I would also at this point, since this is a 2D layer and the horizon is a 2D layer, I could grab both of these and then say effect RGVFX super comp. And then it'll create a new solid up here called Super Comp with those two layers. And now what I'm seeing, instead of my standard layer stack, is I'm actually seeing these two combined in Super Comp, where I can go to Mr. Bean and I can say color correction. If I want, I can click on this match background button. I'm going to go to a place where there's more contrast in the background, and I'm going to say match background. And you can see that pulled in more colors from the background to kind of tint Mr. Bean. And if I wanted to, I could say sample the white point entirely by dialing that up to 100 and saying completely match the background. But that, which might actually work in a stylized thing like this. I'll turn that down just a little bit. Something like that. On the ship. Want to come? All good. Welcome home. Sophia, my lovely child, is home.
Sophia, I don't have a Sophia drop. I don't know why I don't.
We'll have to figure that out. There aren't any good like pop songs or anything like that that use Sophia, so we'll have to figure out something.
Well, I thought of one the other day. It was no, I didn't. Never mind.
Oops. I need to turn off the sound for myself. The sound of people laughing at
I think of
Mr.
Chia.
Bean or playing back very
Sophia
easily.
is what I think of.
Well, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. With like green like stuff growing out of her head.
Somehow this feels like Crash Bandicoot or something like that. I can't quite explain what's happening.
Oh man, that perspective change there is great. Holy crap. That's so funny. Now, if you really want to go for this, you got to put an Armada behind him.
That's true.
I don't know how to do it.
Well, if I were to do an Armada, what I would likely do is
you built some Armada. You built some Armada in our intro.
Some Armada on Rock for Fury Road.
Fury Road. Okay, sorry.
This is why I didn't like those Mad Max movies. Is not enough.
They didn't have an opening title sequence with like animated opening title sequence with
like this is why American Graffiti works. Mad Max does not. I think that in the Mad Max universe, only Lindsey Buckingham music has survived. What am I looking for here? I want to go to. I'm so all over the place. VFX and Chill. Show branding, season 4. Little peek behind the curtain here. Intro assets. Furiosa. Elements. 3D stuff. Goodness gracious. So much stuff. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. I'll see if this links up properly. Furiosa fleet. I have no idea how many simulations and things I had going on in here, or how many pieces probably need to be relinked. Camera 1. I do have a camera. Oh, I forgot. This had to be rendered to fit the intro. So it's locked to the our camera intro. So here's what I had. I had these multiple vehicles here, and the camera kind of had to come past them. That's a cool little 3D model.
Hey, what do you think of this force loop? This look good to you?
Well, that's a great one. I like it.
Great.
Now, is that Tom Hanks in that clip, probably?
It's Thomas Hanks himself.
Or his brother. Nice. Oops. I know that his brother is in some of those shots, so...
Oh, wait, really? I knew his brother was the voice of Woody. I didn't know or the voice of Woody
brother.
Toys.
Because his brother does like 5Ks and stuff like that, and so I think that there were shots where like they did like Texas switches where
I can't believe I didn't.
It's his brother running them. It's amazing. Like
his
Tom
brother
Hanks. You don't happen to have an identical twin or whatever. It's not a twin.
Well, you know his brother does all the voices of any like Woody toys. Like that
there's
you buy.
A snake in my boot.
It's his brother because it's like
softer than Tom.
He just throws the work to his brother, and his brother does it. It's so fun. There's a really funny interview of him on Grant. On Grant, what you would call it, the British show. There's a great clip of him talking about that, and he says it in such a funny Tom Hanks way that it's worth looking up at some point.
Goodness.
But anyway,
wow, I forgot how complicated that intro that you just played, Seth. I don't know why I'm using such inefficient camera controls. It literally had a bunch of stunt characters on these rigs holding onto the poles when the storm hits them and they get flung off with physics. Look, it's getting picked up literally by wind forces.
If you want to see this, Michael's not here, so, you know. Damn it, Michael! But we would put the link in there, but our Furiosa episode, our previous Furiosa episode is worth watching because Hashi walks through how we did that rig, and it's pretty freaking great. How we did that rig.
So fun. So I think all I was actually really doing was I was just trying to see if we had models so we could put them in the background. All right. Open. God bless you, Seth. That's going to be so great.
You know what I just realized?
See, I'm trying to find.
Probably want here is to have them all be in one shot together. So maybe that's what I'll aim for in the second hour of the show.
That's a good idea. Okay, how far are we into it? We're almost at the 1 hour mark. I really thought I would have done more with this. Lots of vehicles.
We need a. Oh no, never mind. I was going to say a Schindler's List drop.
Wow.
Yeah. Where he says, "I could have saved more. I could have whatever. I could have done more. We could."
Good.
Let's never do that.
Okay. Oh, so here's some sample cars that I could throw in there of the Mad Max verse, and then let's see, what else do I have? I also have okay, that one's just called Lots of Vehicles. What might the other one be called? Oh, the Big Rig. Is it this? I do know that on the original episode, we were able to credit whoever had put this.
Oh, yeah. Go watch the old episode to see who did that work and be impressed by them.
Wait, what am I doing with physics here? Oh, this was a bad idea. This is my first figuring out how to destroy it using bullet dynamics, which was fascinating, and it always does look pretty cool. Like, this is just adding bullet physics to every single component of this truck, and that, I mean, it's a pretty fantastic destruction. It just doesn't look organic enough. You need to do a lot more. I'm a loose cannon right now, Seth. I don't.
Oh no, you're fine.
No aim or direction.
This is where I'm at right now. I just gotta blend them in better.
All right, I'm gonna just jump back in here for a second, and I'm gonna see what stock elements I have saved up from our friends at Action VFX and Production Crate. So I've stuffed them into random directories all over my hard drives. Let's see, displaced, fog, smoke, close up. A lot of these feel like they could be helpful. Rising, burning, looping, burning.
He's running so fast.
Whoa. Run, Forrest, that is fantastic. I do believe that he might survive the Mad Max universe just by running through it very quickly. Oh, I feel like I should have looked into footage crate, particles, gust of wind. What is that? Oh, that's like very up close particles. These would be fun to mix in. All of these things are really fun because you could just drop them in there and then super comp them together. So if I did a quick placement of this is the displacement fog. Now this is probably going to be too gentle and pretty.
That's common criticism I get from ladies.
Too gentle and pretty.
Too gentle, too pretty. Number twos.
Okay, dust. Okay, what other fun dusts do we have? Dust, falling dust.
Going here.
Smoke plume, side smoke. We need fast.
Nope, wrong one.
Let's put these in my stock folder. Try to stay organized. Let's try to open up. Take a peek at our chat to see if we have. Oh, the Beverly Hills Hillbillies rig.
Fun.
Oh, Red Plaid Films was asking with the shadow different ways that you could soften it. I was suggesting making a duplicate of just the shadow layer so you can soften the displacement a bit. And actually, that's all built into the shadow interface, which is really cool. So on VFX Shadow, you can do a progressive linear kind of softness. So it will blur the further away it gets from the source, which is kind of cool, and that blurs it all the way through to here. And if you're talking about the displacement layer, down here, you can smooth the displacement layer, which is effectively just blurring the map of whatever is there, so you get a lot softer distortion over it, which is kind of nice. And you can balance the smoothness and the contour detail to get where you want, instead of having to make a duplicate of the ground layer and all that stuff. That's all built in right here because we figured you'd want to do that.
All right, I got forest. What's next? I was going to do
forest. That's great.
I'll do a land speeder next.
Land speeder, boring but easy. Somewhere we must have Zuckerberg on a on a board just to bring it all full circle.
Okay, let me see if any of these speeding through my landings, looking like a brandings. What? Listen,
it's a very, very musical episode.
What it's like when we work together on a Zoom all week and not without an audience. You get even weirder. Because when Hashi and I are focused, when Hashi's focused on something, he teaches. When I'm focused on something, I sing. Or
I feel like both are valid to do.
Maybe it's both. Maybe both is happening at the same time.
I always forget the length of the pause in between. I'm like, I'll play the whole one, and then it's like 10 minutes later, the drop is over. And the joke landed.
Perfectly. Well, I'm trying to add... Really, I should go to one of the sites and see what kind of dust that I need. Because what do I need? This is a complicated angle.
There's a folder called Cars Ready, and there's only one file in it. And it's the Countmobile.
Heck yeah.
I didn't make this.
That's the only one that was ready.
And it's a front view, so this is all you. Oh my God, he's singing. Yeah. It's so good too. It's ready as a war rig. Like that's ready to go.
It really is. And that suggestion was someone. Okay, I'm bringing in this dust front video. I'm going to try to see if I can... You know what I'll do?
Where was the land speeder?
This. It is probably an Elements or something like that.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fury, Elements. Oh, really? It's not? Is it under footage? Is it under movie clips? Oh, it's under movie footage, movie clips. Sorry. Oh, there's also the Spice Bus in there. If you need.
Oh, the Spice Bus. Thank God. I was worried that we wouldn't get the Spice Bus.
We definitely need more Spice Bus.
I'm going to do...
Spice Bus from Dune.
Has anyone done a really good like Spice Girls Dune? I'm done. You get it. I don't need to finish the sentence.
You get it. Let us know, chat.
If you've done a Spice Girls
Dune, done or seen a great
ellipsis.
All right. I feel like I need to go to one of our stock suppliers and try to find something that I want here. I could create something from scratch too, but that might be silly. Dust. I need a dust loop. I mean, I created the one dust loop, but it's very side specific. Okay. If I were just to use this dust front element, it looks like that. So it's like it's stirring up kind of, it could be behind a vehicle. So it does that and then clears. So what I could do is I could have the blow up and then the opacity fade out. And then I'm going to add a time remap. I'm going to take all of those keyframes and shorten them down so that all happens over just a second. Yeah, like that. And then if I take this and then no, that's too much. Seth, I'm getting lost in the weeds.
That's okay. We'll find it.
I was trying to do something. I thought that I would be able to do a...
What were you going to do? The count.
I was going to do the count, but I need... what do I need? I need some form of front view dust.
Oh,
so I can like put that around the
Production
car.
Crate has some really great like looping, like shockwavy like dust thing that let me see.
Ooh. Now I'm putting you on a tangent so I can...
Production Crate. No one can see
you are great.
But me.
Everyone likes your stuff.
Okay. Sounds like we need like at least a beat or something to go with our weird songs.
Let's see. Wait, does this...
Is that coming through the show?
I felt like it was coming through the show for a second.
I don't know if I can sync these. I'm going to try. 3, 4.
No idea what's happening.
Go ahead, just sing, man. It's all you.
Fury Road, take me home.
I need to sample this. But I don't have the means to do it at the moment.
Yes. Good thing we're not live streaming in some format. It'll be recoverable. Sophia's reminding me, you are live streaming right now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check, let's see, dust. Let's see, live action, dust, and dirt.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I was doing that for you.
Dust. No, that's okay. That's okay. I can...
It's not okay. Shock waves. And continuous shockwave ground. Look for something like that. Yep, there's plenty of these, and you can loop them.
I'm on my shoe. Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's just what I need. Continuous shockwave, continuous shockwave. Oh, these are all great.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Okay,
Anytime.
So for anyone, let's see. I'll try to properly create a folder for stock under our footage.
Ooh, Mater from Cars is great. I'm going to do that next.
Oh, good call.
All right, I've got this land speeder. I just got to fix this. The shading on.
I'm so happy that you are getting shots done.
Well, when they're stupid like this, I don't try to overachieve. I go for quantity, and that's the fun. I never get to go for just quantity instead of quality.
Quantity is, yeah. Anytime you get to go for quantity,
you take that.
Can be very fun. All right, fine. Stock footage. Let's import from our Wheel of Fury episode stock footage. Let's see what is saved already. Okay, this one has saved. Let's go back to this crazy comp I was working on. Here we go. Here's this continuous shockwave that looks like this. Great. You see, that's all we needed, is some kind of craziness in the dust category. I'm going to make that big. I'm going to put it in the foreground. And I'm going to duplicate a couple of them. I'm going to put one like that. And then one is going to go here. Be a little bit closer to the car. And then I'm going to do what is this dust wide side one? No, that's not helpful in this instance.
trouble finding a side view of Mater. I've got a side view of a Mater croc.
Oh, well, Mater crocs are cool too.
May just have to be Mater crocs. We'll see.
All right, I'm just going to pre-compose all of this dust. Not doing anything spectacular with it, but I'm just going to add it to my super comp here. And what that should look like is, oops, it's always a little squishy in our half view here. I'll add this dust comp up to the top here. I'm going to take I'm going to add color correction, and I'm going to say match the background white point. Oops, that's a lot. I'm going to turn that amount down. I should have just left it. There we go. Something like that, maybe darker. Whoops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so I'm putting the dust in front of this car, and then I'm going to, since it's up here on the front, I'm also going to add a blur behind effect. As I turn that up, what you should see is that the blur behind, that'll make it so any of this dust that's in the foreground will
give you
blur what's in the background, which is pretty cool. Check it out, check it out, check it out.
Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out.
Turn the opacity of this down to like 50%.
Is it a rule that Mater never stands in profile?
I mean, they do have things like that. Yeah, if you out there are able to find a Mater profile, let us know.
And then just tell us, spell out the URL, one letter at a time.
Let's see. What if I were... Let's see, I might be able to find... I think I have something for you, actually. Do. Okay, let's see.
No, I don't have a place for you to upload your rigs, Nick. But basically, if you tag us, post it and tag us on Instagram, either in your stories or on your posts or whatever at VFX and Chill, or you can just put the hashtag VFX and Chill on X or wherever you like. We'll probably find it somehow.
Excellent. I saved one image that was Tomater. Let me see. There's at a slight more of an angle. I don't know. Tomater side 2. Same 2 images for you, Seth. And over here, I'm going to check on how this is looking. I've got some dust going here. Turn the opacity up and turn the darkness of this dust down. Now this dust is sort of just chaotic.
Look at that. That is so freaking fun.
Now it makes me kind of want to fix the roto that's going on. Okay, so let's go back to Mr. Bean couch. Let's turn on our guide layer in the back here. See what we could do. Okay, so one of the biggest flickery issues is this business right here. So let's just go back to the source. We built this business.
We built it on rock and roll, and now the economy is tanking.
Okay.
Does this look like Tomater? Or does it look like a Tomater model? Even though I guess that's what Tomater is. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like where like until Tomater is like bent and like curved in into a tomato shape. It's like Benny. Oh, Benny.
Benny's a good one.
Benny in
100%.
Here. Okay, I should even have Benny around here somewhere. Okay. I way overcommitted to this Mr. Bean one. You know what? this is in a good enough
I think
place.
It's every time I look at it, it's in a good place and needs no more work.
Okay,
why do we switch? Why is it that on the show you and I switch to where you're quality obsessed and you keep tinkering, and I'm just like
we really do.
You know, kicking these things out like we're all bunnies. I lost the metaphor, but you get it.
I get it. We're meant to be, Seth. And with our last 45 minutes, let's see, what's a custom look that I want to throw on this?
What did I say I was going to do in the last? Oh yeah, I was going to do all of them together. I don't know if I have it in me to make it epic. I literally don't know if I have it in me to make it epic. Sorry, Hemsworth.
Can you make it epic? I don't know. All right, I'm just diving into Magic Bullet looks to see if I can quickly shop through some views. I don't want to totally overbake it, but what would this look like if it were really toned down? Okay, so now I've got this. Maybe on the Mr. Bean layer, I can add some of our little helpful things like an edge blending. So it'll kind of blend the edges a little bit better, and some light wrap. So we've got a little bit more sky coming in there. We've got the shadow there. We've got some dust. I could import the piece of dust that came with the template today, which is what? Under Wheel of Fury renders. I'm pretty sure I saved it. Probably this. Tire smoke. Yeah, tire smoke. I can reshape that somehow. This makes no sense.
This Mater isn't good enough for me. I need him in motion with his face moving, so I'm going to download some clips.
Do it. All right, I'm just going to mask off a piece of stock footage like that. Brilliant. Add it into here. I'm going to do the standard color correction, grab the background colors for it, and add some blur behind so you get kind of that smoky, dusty business going on in there. Lock the mask there so I can grab this and resize it, and we'll add some keyframes because it's moving all over the place. Position there, and move a little forward. Just going to grind over to the side. This is the worst comp job ever. And I went all in on it. I don't remember who suggested Mr. Bean, but I do appreciate it.
100%.
Okay, I've got to brighten it up a little bit too. Do, 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 do.
Fury Road.
Yeah, where's the fun buddy comedy? Like I go to these movies looking for a simple buddy comedy on the road in the desert.
If you make the track, there's some
that isn't what I got.
I can make that intro in like a day.
Perfect.
Perfect use of our time.
Okay, Wheel of Fury. Are you rendering today's official renders to somewhere?
I haven't yet. I was going to do them all at once.
Okay, I'm going to create a new folder called Show Renders, so we can keep that separate from all of the 4K, 6K, 360 renders that we were doing before. This is going to be called Mr. Bean. I'll say 01, as if I was going to come back to this at any point. This could use some serious color correction and some more consideration as to what this dust is doing. It's not going to make any sense in motion, but it makes sense in my heart.
Sense in Motion sounds like the name of some kind of like a production company.
Oh, yeah, like an early VR company, Sense in Motion or something like that. Definitely. Okay, that. Okay, I was joking, but honestly, that added element is so bad. It's going to be distracting. Oops. I'll use the old trick of using the anchor point to keep my existing keyframe, so I'm going to move it over so it's actually just going across the whole front of the car the entire time. But I turned the opacity down to 30%, and I'm going to pretend that solves all of our problems. And then, even though I versioned Mr. Bean #1, I'm going to overwrite it right now.
Overwrite your Bean?
Somehow does that make me like subconsciously think that I did better if it's still...
What?
If I render something over my version 1 multiple times, is it so I hope that someone will see it and be like, oh, wow, this is version 1?
Oh, I mean, yes, I famously turned in scripts where I put draft 1 on the front, and it was definitely like draft 50 and years old.
Like, man.
He nails it on the first try. I think it's also that
that's a good expectation to set.
You don't care like about this shot, and you just want 1 to exist. You don't want we're not going to need versions until you screw it up.
Versions.
There aren't any versions. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's from a movie. There aren't versions of the truth. That's from something.
If you know that, please drop in the comments. Let's see. So Nick Smith was asking about uploading their rigs. I don't know if
I told him already.
That was for models or for renders.
No, it's for renders.
For renders,
just
post
it.
Sweet. Okay, there's that one. That was dumb. And now I'm going to move on to already, which is the count. So let's see how quickly we can do the count. In the ready vehicles folder or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Footage. Movie clips? No. Renders. No. Elements. Too many things. Cars ready. The one ready car.
Wait. No.
Perfect. Okay. So, dang it. I'm going to do... No, I don't need to do a new project. I can work with what I've got here. I can leave that there. Let's replace Mr. Bean with Count Mobile. Done. My gosh.
Okay, this didn't work. This looks like Mater's just like drifting, which is kind of fun.
That is kind of cool. It just doesn't care. It just is. He's steering into the. What was the whole thing of that movie?
What was the whole thing? I know what you're talking about. It was turn in the direction you want to not go. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah. Uh-huh.
And then they did brilliantly animate the physics of that to show you, like, this is why it works.
I think about it every time I Tokyo Drift.
Naturally. You only Tokyo Drift in Germany, and I don't know
if that's legal.
We should call it. Okay, let's delete these camera keyframes. Like let's create an angle that works for this setup. I think that this count is just a little loop driving forward. So let's hide all the tire smoke and just get the basics here. Okay.
My friend
preserved the shadow from Mr. Bean. It works great.
That's awesome. My friend Erin Signs used to have years ago. She had a bit she did all the time that was like auditioning for the part of the count, but like breaking. It was something about like it somehow involved her auditioning for the role of the Count, but not being able to keep a straight face. And it always makes me laugh imagining someone going, Von, ha, 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 and then just like devolving into laughter.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
number. Yeah, it was one of my favorites.
Love it.
Okay, here is the. Just FYI.
Well, I had nothing other than I'm animating the Count to slightly scale up, I guess.
Animate that Count to slightly scale.
Little scale and position keyframe. Let's see if I can make the canyon walls higher just by going to my horizon, saying image map. I want more vertical coverage. Yeah, there we go. More vertical coverage, and if I go to the orientation, I can rotate the X to rotate it around like that. Make it more steep. You can see that because of Super Comp, the light is all nicely wrapping on the Count here. Whoops. I feel like I need to re-render this 360 map to be more centered on the road. It's like it's making it down this canyon, but it's just slightly off. Okay. Oh, that's great. The absolute lack of parallax on the car. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the scale keyframe. Just gonna leave it static like that, and then we're going to turn back on the foreground dust. Actually, let's redo the foreground dust now that we kind of understand what we were doing. We have multiple pieces of dust now. Footage, stock footage. Let's grab all of these. Continuous shockwave back. So that should go behind the Count. And the continuous shockwave front should go in front of the Count. But you don't see them because I need to go into Super Comp and throw them in. So let's delete that layer and let's throw in the continuous shockwave back behind the Count and the continuous shockwave front in front of the Count. And then if we go back to here, I should be able to see them once I move their footage a little bit further back so you can see what they look like. This front one should be scaled down to be kind of around the front of the car here. And this back one needs to be scaled down and stirring up from behind the car like that. So it's kind of going up. I'll sandwich them together like this to sort of surround the car there. And then I'm going to we'll start with the foreground ones. We'll go color correction, match background, pick up that dust color from the ground, and also add our classic blur behind. So as I turn that up, you'll see it'll blur the tires a bit, which is pretty cool. Turn up the size there. And I'll turn the overall opacity of this layer down just a bit. Use a little bit of the color that way, though. So maybe I need to go in here. I shouldn't be color correcting anything. I'm not built for this. Just don't want to lose the saturation that I had going because I got rid of the opacity. No, it's looking too white again. Watch the background, but look darker. Who knows? Who knows? Not on my A game today, Seth.
Oh, me either.
Let's copy all these effects. Let's paste them to the back layer so it gets color corrected. Now I have a Count drive-in. Let's widen the ground plane a little bit. I made it too narrow. There we go.
Oh, I just saw.
Oh, those are not.
A towel drop into the...
Jamie, how you doing?
Sorry for the delay, Jamie.
Get better, Jamie.
Get better! That's not a song. It is now.
Get better, get better, get better.
Get better, get better to where you once belonged. Nailed it.
Nice. I need to make some loops of these, but they're continuous, but they're not, I don't think they are loops, which is, they appear and then they fade out. So what they need to do is they need to be lined up so as soon as they start to fade out, they're fading in again. Right?
Sure.
Okay. Nuts. I know what I'll do. I'll do that. I'll fit these together, and I will make the duration longer than the whole thing. Such an efficient. No other way to do this in After Effects, what I'm doing right now. Okay, we'll call this the front dust, and then I'll save that, and then I'll duplicate it. We'll call this the back dust, and then I'll go into here, replace all of these with the back dust. Perfect. It worked. Now I'll go back to my count comp, and we'll replace front dust with a front dust pre-comp, the back dust with a back dust pre-comp. Now they will go the full length of time, and I could time remap them to look faster if I need. So front dust, you need to be bigger like that. And let's add some color from here. Maybe not that much. There we go. And the back dust, get bigger.
Back dust sounds wrong for some reason to me.
I don't like saying it either. Oops, somewhere in my color correction, I'm getting some very hot coloring in here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Some hot color.
Okay. Hot coloring. Okay, how fast is that dust? Very slow. So let's grab both of these, and we'll do the classic, remember how math works, time stretch. Faster would be like 50%, right? Yay. Oh, count, you're driving so silly that you're driving over here. It feels like there's a road over there and you're just doing your own thing. Love it. Okay. I'm going to render the count too. Let's pretend it's perfect. Count. 01. Save. Render. We got 25 minutes left.
Oh, really? Wow. I thought we were close.
Goodness.
I got plenty of time to finish this shot then.
Ooh, lovely. That's looking lovely. These quote final renders of mine need another color correction pass, which I'm going to bow out of. Let's see what else. Let's see. Well, I was working on one when I came in here, wasn't I? I was working on Back to the Future.
That is a song.
Robert Zemeckis, Michael J. Fox. All right. Did I finish doing what I was going to do? I think. Oh, I did. Great. Apply. This is that great shot from Back to the Future 3 that looks like this.
Yeah.
Which is almost done.
Look at that wheel. Just
that wheel that always bothered me in the film. I really wish that they had done something else. All they needed to do was parent it to the car, and then you would look a little bit more reasonable. Oh, I forgot that this will ignore shocks, huh? Okay, so obviously what I'm doing is I've roto-brushed the car, except there are a bunch of bushes and things moving past the car that get in the way of these wheels. So I'm pasting these wheels to a null that's parented to the car, but now I've got to add some additional animation on the wheels for their shock value, as it were. Isn't that funny? I love it. Do.
Damn it, Michael! Sorry, it took me a second to figure out what was happening. That's smart, though. What you're doing, not the joke.
Oh, I thought it was a pretty smart joke.
They always do.
Whoops. Now let's throw some motion blur on those wheels too. And let's swatch this one. Oh, here's what I should do. I should make it semi-transparent. Line it up. Add some keyframes for the position. Goes down and then gets pushed up. Goes up. It's not visible enough for me to see what I'm doing. Everybody loves seeing manual keyframes being created by me. We've had so many jingles this episode. I think it's just there's something.
And they're all bad. I want to go through and just make really underwhelming jingles for the drops for the show next season. By the way, it's our season finale. If you can't tell from
our season finale.
Unbounded excitement that you're experiencing.
We're senioritising hard.
Huge thrills here. Yeah, so we're going to come back. We haven't decided what day yet, but big
got to check
plans.
Our tour calendars and stuff like that, because if you didn't know and you didn't see one of our last episodes, we're doing live episodes now, and they felt pretty good.
Oh yeah, let's talk about. So we by live episodes you mean of course on stage, right?
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, we were able to wrap up the show, but bring it to live audience.
Stage. So you want to show them a clip from our Live from Germany special?
Oh, why not? People aren't tired of us talking about it by now. Yeah, here, check out. I think we have a cool cut down of some cool stuff from our live show.
Here's a clip from our live from our Germany show.
Compositing your work, make a car blow up. We super calm earthing, edge glow up. VFX healing, make it your own. Ooh, now you're making magic. Slip into the chill zone.
VFX, C4D.
We covering it all. Just wait and see. You can learn a whole lot, cause these boys got skill. Just another awesome episode of VFX and Chill. Let's go.
So yeah, that's
so talented.
So talented. I can't believe we're not getting more views on that live episode. Maybe I should go and drop a link to the live from Germany.
Drop a link to the live.
I'm just searching live from Germany and hoping that it will automatically feed me what I want. And it didn't.
It didn't? Oh, that's too bad.
Here we go. It opens right to Michael's entrance because that's the most rewatched point in my house.
Michael's entrance is pretty good.
What happens if I
thought the way we had we opened the show was really cool too. Do you have that clip
of how we open it? Yeah, absolutely. It looks a little something like this. This is how we opened our show. Pretty cool.
We broke so many German laws, but in our defense, It was really cool.
I want that to be like the description for every episode from going forward. We broke so many German laws, but and then the synopsis.
But
in fact, I actually want to say that's exactly
what
it's going to say from now on in all of our YouTube descriptions.
Perfect. All right, now I've got a little bouncy mobile.
Nice. It looks. That's so fun. It's coming. I don't know if it's actually playing that way, but I'm seeing it in like 12 frames per second, and it looks like.
I think that it should stay 12 frames per second.
Yes, it looks like a really, really fun, chaotic animation.
Okay, you know what it does actually need though? I'm gonna create a solid, then I'm gonna add a universe gradient ramp. Gradient ramp. Because I want a 3-colored gradient ramp. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to say I want the bottom color to be this dark brown, kind of like under-looking color. I want to add a middle color, so I'm going to say 3-color gradient. And I'm going to grab the like slightly tanner under color like that, and then I'm going to sample the car reflective color right there. And I'm going to sandwich these all really tightly together just so I have a little solid that I do that with. I'm going to connect it to my car null, and then I'm going to draw a little mask on this solid that helps fill out the bottom of the car here. Because those bushes are going in front of it too, and that's getting distracting to me. See if it works. Did I do it right? Helped it marginally. Oh well. Like I said, not my best work today. But you got that free template in a 360 thing. So that's cool.
It is cool. Pretty cool.
Elements, cars ready. BTTF, it saved as BTTF4.
Oh,
this is the 4th. That's exciting. Wait, why is it? Oh. I didn't think this was a very long comp. This is what, 42 frames? Just render the 42 frames then. That's all I really want. QuickTime with alpha, render, there we go. All right, now let's open up Ashi's janky template so you can follow along at home, everybody. Don't save that. Oops, I said don't save, even though I did a lot of work in there. Oh well. Let's open up a copy of the War Rig template that is available to you all right now via that. I should show it again. Where did I save that? Yeah. Elements. Check it out. Check it out. Boom, 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 boom.
There you go.
You can go get right it. There.
Ha, ha,
go get it. It's also. Well, I should put the bit.ly/mywarrig. I'm going to put this yellow text in front of this QR code. That's a very good look, I think. I don't know. We'll workshop it. Whoops. I didn't even do a dot. bit.ly mywarrig, I think. There it is. This looks like a very, very crummy badge at like a someplace. All right. There we go. I'll save this as Hashi Show 2. What have you got going over there, Seth?
Garbage.
Garbage?
Yeah.
Oh. You can treat yourself better than that. Cars ready. BTT 3. Let's throw this in here. Scale without even looking. Just gonna guess. All right, put your car in here, and then open up the War Rig comp. And look, it's all done already. Yeah.
It's actually awesome.
Honestly, this sequence is fantastic. Seeing the car drive full speed, like I feel like there's no way this DeLorean.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
After this one shot.
No, not at all. Well, you know what they probably did was they probably built the exterior of the. It's probably built around another car, right? Or maybe not.
It's a good question. I feel like they probably went and bought all the DeLoreans after they had made the first one and it was successful.
Yeah.
Who knows? Find out, people, and get back to us. Let me see. I need to find out. I'll do a few keyframes on it in here to keep it above this little guide line. That's going to look a little silly, but it'll be fun. It hops up and it flies down. Probably just going to mess up all the physics of it, trying to keep it this flat ground plane. A little rough. Wonder if it loops. What do you think? Let's try. Whoops, adding a keyframe there, and then adding, what do I want to say? I want to say a loop. Out. No, it doesn't work. Doing so. This wants to be slightly longer than it is. Oh my gosh, it's so janky. Oh well, it's something. You know what? I'm going to get rid of these stupid keyframes. They probably are harming it. What I need to do is I need to go into here and make the shadow understand what's happening. So the shadow should be under it at all times, somehow. It's above the ground here, catches up with it, bounces up. And our show becomes so silent when we don't have.
I know
Michael
we don't
to
have
help
Michael.
Fill the silence.
Have you done a show by yourself before? I can't remember.
I think I have, and it was not good. I've done several with just Michael.
And those are fun.
I think I did one with just me that was chaotic. It might have been the timer episode even. I don't remember.
Oh, that was just you? That's
Michael
one of our most
me.
successful episodes.
So, yeah, the more I bare my soul, clearly, the more exciting the show gets. All right, we'll just do the smoke coming off the back tire. See how it looks. Okay. I want to fix that stupid thing about it. All right, Dustin Evans is back from lunch. Welcome back, Dustin. And
Welcome
let's
back,
see.
Dustin.
Let's do a little roundup. What did we do? We've got show renders in here. So I have these two.
Dustin, sorry.
So I'll put in here. So here's the Countmobile, which if you didn't catch it, the license plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Impressive. Wait, is there a black frame in there? Why is that? You'll have to let me know if there's a black frame in my 360 loop. Here's Mr. Bean with just chaotic dust doing nothing. Would this pass in like a Shark Boy Lava movie? Whatever.
Look, anything will pass in a Shark Boy Lava Girl movie. Did I say that? I did. I say it like I see it. And Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh my gosh. Such hot takes on VFX and Chill.
Yeah. Hot and chill.
VFX and Grill.
Oh, hey, we have 9 minutes left.
9 minutes left? Okay. What would make me happy to do in the last 9 minutes I have with you all this season before we come back?
Yeah, I haven't really enjoyed doing this like full shot, but it exists now at least. It doesn't have everything. I feel like it would be great if it had your DeLorean. If you really want to see something like this, just go watch Ready Player One.
Really, that was the reason for that movie existing.
But it's fun enough. It really looks like just things from my childhood. It's like my room. This is like my brain just like exploded. This is what's happening inside my brain at all times.
Can I duplicate this and then go to War Rig Comp? Okay, what if in here I can delete that? I think I have elements. Oh, Chitty Bang Bang I have. That's not the right angle for it. But
I guess I should render these all as one clip with watermark, right? Or I should render them all separate, and then we'll do a supercut or something.
That would be cool. I love whenever I'm like, we should do a supercut of that, and then I just step away and hope that Seth does it.
Walk away.
Like, yeah, pretty cool stuff. See ya. All right, War Rig Comp. Whoops, no. Put car in here. Car shadow here. All right, here we go. Here's the Chitty Bang Bang car. And it'll be doing this. I'll give it a little bit of position and rotation. Wiggle. Right there. And then say wiggle by 0.6 by 4. On the position, we'll say wiggle 0.2 by 15 or 16. Great. And now we'll go into here, and we'll see Chitty Bang Bang. The lamest flying ever. Fine, I'll move the anchor point out here. There we go. Never underestimate just moving your anchor point to make something more exciting. And add some keyframes on this shadow. So as the car goes up high, moves back. I didn't lock my wiggle seed, so if I do anything else, it'll mess this up. Okay, we've got the tire smoke. It's going to make it taller and hope it doesn't look way worse. Something like that. I feel like its wheels should be spinning.
What? You haven't worried about any of the other wheels?
Have not. whatsoever.
Except the one that's flying. Interesting standards.
Yep. Oh, that's horrible. Horrible. Okay, there we go. Not even recognizable as Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Let's attach the. If I made it bigger, now this legit looks like a shot from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It really does.
All Technicolor. All right, let's put it down here and get rid of these other keyframes. Okay, let's have it making some. This is horrible. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
Why did I think this was going to work?
You know, if anything ever happened to Michael, we could just segue into being a literally watch us just work with relaxing music show.
We could. I do feel like those actually have some decent success. Just composite with me.
We're gonna try it for a little bit.
Excellent.
Oh, my battery's died on my other one. So never mind. This is all you get. Unless I can do this. I'm going to try to do this live.
Ooh, do we have DJ in the house?
I don't know if I can do this live.
I was trying to come up with a sillier DJ name at the time.
Actually, I can. It's not going to work. Never mind. I realized the way I had this rigged and set up. I could just try this. Is this the right one? Nope, it's never mind. I could do, nope, never mind. The end. We did it.
We did it. All right. I'm going to render these two out.
158.
All right, I'm rendering Chitty
Tyler
Chitty
Adams
Bang Bang.
says, I'm not sure which I watched more times, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. Those are basically the same film, so I understand how you would get them confused.
That's true. They occupy the same brain space for me as well.
All right, I'm going to bring in all these renders I just did and look at them.
Lo-fi and chill. I love it. All right. This last little minute here, here's what I'm going to do. I want to see if how it would have worked if I had a material that I actually know what I'm thinking of. I want a dome light where I'm sourcing that 6K thing. I'll go to the animation settings, mode simple, or mode loop actually, loop by frame, and let's see, I can't remember if it'll preview for me. Loop, simple, edit, whoops. Timing, detect frames. End frame. How many frames does it have? 4 times 24 plus 10.
Hey, Stu. Welcome to the show. We're just finishing up. I don't know why I said it like that. May as well just give you the Mrs. We're just finishing up. May as well have given you my Mrs. Doubtfire welcome. We're wrapping up. It's 2:00, and Michael's not here, which is why it's weirdly quiet. Damn it, Michael! So, anyway, you know what? I forgot to do Benny.
Oh, yeah, we absolutely forgot to do Benny.
That's okay. I am gonna... Hashi, you're gonna have to wrap up, buddy. I hate to tell you that.
I know. I really just wanted to put my 360 thing into a C4D file. Like, look at this. This is kind of fun. You could throw it in there as literally your dome light. You can move the camera around, and it looks like you're sliding through the this Mad Max canyon. See if you had a little sphere. Thank you, everybody.
That does look like a weird sci-fi, like a.
There we go.
Weird sci-fi monolithic.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Look at that.
Oops. Oh.
All right, listen.
Properties. Turn up the. I know. It's so hard. We had such a fun.
I do love the floaty, doony, sphery thing that's there. But hey,
this is the coolest thing.
Give him your high res face for the HD face for season 4 wrap up
as well.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching this show. This is the finale for season 4. Like I said, we'll be coming back for season 5 in an undisclosed time and date. You will find out because we'll have a lot of marketing for it because there's some other exciting developments happening with our show that we can't announce yet, but we're going to announce with season 5. So for the love of God, please look at Stu's comment. This is Sphere Racing. All right, now.
We also have, I think that we should grab that last quote from Stu. That is very cool. And just grab very cool from it and put that under our show poster.
Yes, very cool. Stu Mashowitz. Please don't use my quote, Stu Mashowitz.
Amazing. But yes, I had a lot of fun this season on VFX and Chill. And I'm very excited for season 5. That uses up all the fingers on the hand to demonstrate. So that felt horrible.
And in credits. That felt horrible. In credits. Hey, everybody. For real.
Yeah. Thank you very much for making it an awesome season. And keep on watching the exciting tutorials and knowledge being spewed on these channels. And also keep an eye out for announcements of when we are going to return and in what form we return. Should be exciting.
Human form. Maybe. Later,
in
guys.
Your house.
In your house. Have an incredible summer right now.